It's a spiritual battle for anger is evil. And because over the last 30 years, maybe longer, you have been pushing anger as good, replacing good with anger, calling good evil and evil good. Look what you have going on. Nobody get along now. And then you're putting all the wrong people in the right places to make sure America never returns again. And they're using the blacks to make sure of that. And especially the black female. They're putting these black females in all the right places to make sure that America never return, because they know the black women are out of control. They have not been brought out of their hell by the black men. Instead, the black men, and not all, but most, have gone into her hell, and she's only gotten worse. And now the white men are afraid to say no to the black woman, and she's gone out of control. And it's going to get worse. Look at the children. I want to show you this soundbite of a black female who called herself a professor. And she was allowed to get into some university to teach the children. And on her knuckles, I think you can see it in this video, but I saw it when they posted on the news. She have F the police. F the police.
What the?
And she's allowed to teach in a university. This woman is pure evil. F the police, and they let her be a professor. Think about that, because she's black. And they know you put these black women in there, and we black men, like the Father Messiah Obama, Big Mama Michelle, it's over for America. Because blacks don't care. I may not know flower, but I know that blacks don't care. And they're like this all over the world. American blacks are spoiled. They've been catered to so much, their egos have gone through the roof. Even God can't tell them nothing. And their egos have been stroked because there's no love for them. The blacks don't love themselves, and the people around them don't love them, because if they did, they would not cater to the blacks' ego. They wouldn't cater to the lies. They would try to point the way that the blacks may overcome it. And the blacks don't have sense enough to be individuals to take care of themselves. This is from the New York Post. College, quote-unquote, professor Shailene Rodriguez. She must be half Mexican and black. What the? Rodriguez is a Mexican. What the? Went viral for cursing out anti-abortion students. Watch this from Fox.
Our tabling was mainly about chemical abortions and the harms of chemical abortions for mothers and for the children involved. But I don't know if she looked at our supplies before she came and started to berate us.
We're just educating people. You're not educating. This is propaganda. What are you going to do, like anti-trans next? Is that what you're going to do next?
I mean, no, we're talking about abortion.
This is bull. This is violent. You're triggering my students.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not. Because you can't even have a baby. So you don't even know what that is. You don't even know what this is. Get this out of here, yo.
You put these blacks in there, that's what you get. Why do you think, if the blacks are already angry, and then they're begging for free stuff, affirmative action, all this, why do you think they're going to make your school better? You let them in. You let them in. This is what you get. In the neighborhood is gone when they come in. That's a so-called teacher. And I told you that the more degrees that these people have, the dumber they become, the meaner they become, the nastier, because they're not earning them anyway. She looked like one of those Black Lives Matter people, and they hired her. Now, do you believe me when I say all the wrong people in the right places to make sure my country never returned to good, to God? America used to be an amazing country. That's a long distance memory now. These people are taking over. Well, they're not taking over. You're letting them. You're laying down and letting them take it. You will regret it if you don't already regret it. Most people, normal people, already regret it. But you're going to regret it some more. Look what she was doing to those kids. A professor. And if you think that's bad, according to the report, the professor showed you even more who she is. She took it a little further. Black excellence at work. Black excellence. This is from the New York Post. On Tuesday, the so-called professor, I'm saying so-called, but they said the professor, held a machete to a reporter's neck and made threats that she was going to chop him up. Watch this from Fox and the New York Post.
But then a New York Post reporter showed up at her door just to ask her some questions, and she almost beheaded our reporter. Here's video from the New York Post, who's a sister company of the Fox News channel.
Away from my door. Get the away from my door.
Let's get out of here. You can't do that.
After they got word of the incident, they released this statement, quote, Hunter College strongly condemns the unacceptable actions of Shailene Rodriguez and has taken immediate action. Rodriguez has been relieved of her duties at Hunter College effective immediately and will not be returning to teach at the school. Now, as for Rodriguez, she hasn't said a word about any of it, but we did find out that she's suing the NYPD for allegedly abusing her during the George Floyd protests. Oh, and another thing, the nutty professor calls herself a black Marxist.
You let her in your schools. White people, what is wrong with you? I have heard of fear, but you're taking the joke too far. She was chasing that man down the road with the knife, the machete. Black excellence at work. Remember when America used to be amazing? When I was growing up, and boys were boys and men were men, America was amazing. Look what has happened to America in about 70 years or so. I guess it's been in the making behind the scenes for a while with W.D. Du Bois, some black guy that wanted to be the talent 10th thing and tell blacks what to do, think for all the blacks. So it's been kind of in the making for a while. What makes you think that the blacks are going to do right in your school when they're not schools when they're not even doing right in their own personal lives, in their own homes, in their own neighborhoods, in their own schools? What makes you give up your children like that? Well, I already know. You're trying to prove you're not a racist. And the woman don't want to stay home and raise the man's children. And the man is too weak to make her stay home and raise his children. Beta male! Beta! What a mess! Shailene Rodriguez, a professor, chasing the reporter down the road with her machete. I've heard of Allahu Akbar, but she's taking this to a different level, a higher level, or a lower one. Now do you see why the black children are out of control? Just like their mamas. The boys and the girls have been recreated in the image of the black mama. And it has nothing to do with white folks. It has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with systemic racism. It has nothing to do with slavery. It has nothing to do with anything but the lack of order in the homes. And they've been taught you can go after the white man, it's just fine. They have made white people look like it's their problem, and it's not at all. Never have been, never will be, never could be, ain't gonna be. It's themselves. It has nothing to do with white folk at all. It has nothing to do with police brutality or anything. You have a group of out-of-control people in America. It's going to get worse. You think it's worse now? It's going to get worser. If that's the proper way of saying it. I'm glad Hate is not in the studio right now. This is from KT. What's the matter with the kids today, right? What's the matter with you, baby? What's the matter? What did I do wrong? I want to know what's the matter with you, babe. This is from KTVU. 9 adolescents and teens were arrested in connection with a spree of robberies and other crimes across the East Bay. That's up near San Francisco area up there, including the assault of a 63-year-old woman. Watch this from KTVU and ABC.
Police say a group of young people were running a crew responsible for at least 35 robberies. Police say the 6 boys and 3 girls range in age from 17 to just 12. Police believe they are tied to robberies in 14 Oakland neighborhoods, including Grand Lake, Rockridge, and Uptown, as well as crimes in Piedmont and El Cerrito.
These are some of the 9 juveniles arrested by Oakland police in connection with 32 robberies in Oakland, 2 in Piedmont, and 1 in El Cerrito. Police say 3 girls and 6 boys are in custody. They range in age from 12 to 17. I've learned they've been linked to Sunday's robbery of a 63-year-old woman at Rockridge Market Hall. The victim was pushed to the ground, robbed and attacked outside this flower shop at College and Shafter. The robbery happened in Oakland City Council member Dan Kolb's district. 4 other teens were arrested after a foot chase in the Eastlake neighborhood.
But when you're unnecessarily kicking and pushing and hurting them physically when you don't even have to, it's weird. It's sick. OPD has agreed to increase visibility and work on more kind of walking officers and patrols so there's more visibility in the neighborhoods.
Now, though these arrests have certainly put a dent in robberies, Oakland police are reminding people, remain vigilant, be aware of your surroundings, don't engage and report crimes immediately.
Now do you believe me when I say it's only going to get worse and not better? Why do you think they defunded the police? For this reason. They knew the blacks would go wild. The only thing that was containing them somewhat was the police. It was the police. Not no more. They defunded the police. Y'all need to defund the police, get rid of the police so the blacks can roam the earth and destroy everything they put their hands on. Like wild animals. I remember when we used to show you these kind of videos from South Africa. Over there, the blacks were roaming the earth over there and seeing who they can devour, and they were destroying white folks, destroying them. I never imagined that would happen here. It's the same thing. It looked like South Africa because I saw it there first, and now it's here. And you know what they're going to blame it on? Slavery. Slavery. Oppression. Racism. Jim Crow. Everything but themselves. And it starts in the home. It doesn't start in the streets. It starts in the home. Watch this from Twitter.
No. I want you to touch me. I want you to touch me.
All my life, you're not doing shit. Stop playing, you're not doing shit.
So what are you gonna do? What you gonna do?
You see.
You say, no, do it. Beat my ass. Beat my mother. Go ahead, beat my ass right now. Go ahead. Listen, go ahead, beat my ass.
I'm not playing.
Ricky, you wanna break it down? Go ahead, break the other one. You wanna do that? I don't know what the your problem is. But go ahead. Yeah. 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 Right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. No. You wanna? Don't tell me to come. Don't tell me no. Come beat my ass. Come beat my ass right now. Beat my ass. Come do it. Come do it. No, you're not leaving the house.
Watch out.
No.
Watch out.
No.
Watch the
Nope.
Watch out.
No, beat my ass. Go ahead.
Watch out.
No, beat my ass. Go ahead. I'm sick of you.
This is what the black mamas are doing to the black children in the home. It ain't y'all white folks, it's this. That was a black mama doing that to the black child. Egging him on and loving it, absolutely loving it. Getting a sense of joy from driving her child insane. I always love my mama, she's my favorite girl. A mama's love is so special. It's something that you can't deny. It's the kind of love that stays with you until the day you die. My mama always said hello and thank you, please. Oh, mama, my heart belongs to you. The anger that you see in the black kids are from their mama and grandmamas. The anger is that of the woman. They haven't had their daddies there to protect them from mama. And what I want you to know, white folk, maybe this will help you say no to this mess. It ain't you. Just because they accuse you, that doesn't mean it's true. It ain't you. It starts in the home. The black men are not there to protect their black boys and girls from the black mama. Now you see why the kids need their fathers there to stand between that. That boy had no help dealing with evil. And when he go out in the street and at that those kids roaming the earth, attacking there, we play for you the Bay Area, they call it racism. They're lying to you. This is what's happening in the home. It ain't outside, it's inside. And y'all accept the lie that it's racism. It's police brutality. Imagine the police have to deal with that when they stop these young folks on the streets, because these young folks on the streets is acting with the cops in the way that their mama and grandmama have treated them. And they call it police brutality. Men, women need you to bring the hell out of them, not go into their hell, because they're going to pass their hell on to the children. Oh, they're going to pass it on to the children. They cannot help it. The anger you see in black children and black adults is started with mama. That's why you must be born again of the Father. Mama's love will kill you. Why do you think men die first? The wife kill them with that anger. They don't know how to handle it. It stress them out. Because you become attracted to what you hate. We need to bring back the order of God in Christ, Christ over man, man over woman, woman over children. whenever the woman is over the man and the children, you're not going to get anything but hell. I don't care how many degrees they have, how many whatever. There's nothing in her but hell. Brian, get it off your chest.
How you doing, sir?
All is well, Brian.
Okay, so I wanted to answer the biblical question, sir.
What is your reason for living?
I believe my reason to living is serving the Lord and doing what his will.
And so does your wife obey you?
Yes, sir.
She
tries, like, she has, like, she's still trying to let go of her ego. Like, we'll get in some things where she's like, no, we don't do that. But when it comes down to it, she's like, so we're doing that and that. I'm like, yes, we are. Like, she struggles to let go of it, but at the end of the day, she knows what I say is right because she comes to me and asks, are we doing this? How are we doing it and stuff? And I instruct her, this is how we're going to go about it.
Nice. Has she gone and forgiven her mother?
She doesn't really think she has to because her mama, you know, she believes her mama did a good job in raising her and stuff, but she don't really, you know, follow it too much like I do. But I can see it's rubbing off on her, and she's getting to that point where she's going to. So I'm just going to keep letting it sink in, and when it does, I'll be like, I was right. You ain't got to say I was, but...
Has she gone and forgiven her mother?
Not yet, sir. And she's working on that.
And so, as a result of not forgiving her mother, she still has the anger. Are you protecting your children from that?
Yes, sir. Every time, like, you know, she says something about, you know, I'm like, nah, that's not how we doing it. We're not doing it. God put his word out this way. We're going to do it like that. If not, you know where the door is, woman. And guess who's still here?
Amazing.
Guess who's still by my side? She knows, because she knows deep down what I'm saying is right, but her ego, as she's not fully let go of her ego yet, so she wants to try and stand strong, as they say, and hold the line. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your work and all you guys do out there, man. You guys have really changed my life and everything.
Right on.
I wouldn't be sitting here having kids and doing what I do if it wasn't for y'all.
God bless you, man. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. You have a great day and happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Okay.
I appreciate you, too. Have a great day, sir.
You too. Amazing. 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 Tony, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Justin. How are you today?
All is well, Tony.
Well, I get that from experience.
From where? So that happened to you?
It happened to in family members.
Did that happen to you?
Family members, Jesse.
Did it happen to you?
No, it didn't happen to me. But
and
can
so
I explain what happened to my family?
If it didn't happen to you, how was it? How was it an experience?
Because you're seeing it on TV, Justin.
If it didn't happen to you, how was it an experience? How was it? You said it was an experience. I asked you, where did you get that information from?
I went to
that
school.
you're trying to put out there, that you're trying to put out there, and you said it was your experience.
Yes,
when did it happen to you? Said it did not happen to you. So how was it? How was it an experience?
Okay, wait a minute. I'm talking about as far as
you said it didn't happen to you, right?
As far as the kicking in the doors by your family, girl.
Bye. If it happened to you, then it was an experience. If it didn't happen to you, but to somebody else, it's their experience. And he went to a white school. What? He must have went to the same white school that Joelle and her son went to. Beta! Good morning, heartache.
Over on Rumble.
Here we go again.
From Rob D 2112.
Good morning, heartache.
With a whale little thing.
Thought we said goodbye last night. Well, I was thinking about that story we played for you yesterday about Kinfolk's Corner. And that black guy talking about, it used to be when they sold the black I can see the blood on the ground. All I was trying to do is just some grits. I ain't heard nothing about that growing up. Nobody said anything about it. We were just trying to get some grits.
Shout out, Grit.
And over easy eggs.
Gross.
With bacon or hot links. And homemade biscuit. With honey. Make me want to go back down to Ken Folks Corner.
Scrambled eggs.
What?
I prefer scrambled eggs.
Gross. Huh?
Seeker from Yonder on Streamlabs. Jesse Lee Peterson.
Seeker from Yonder?
Uh-huh.
What the?
Can you please clarify this, Jesse? During yesterday's show, you mentioned that there is no free will, but in the same breath, you said it is up to you to choose life. Can you please explain this discrepancy? Thank you for your great work.
Good question. It's up to you to get to know yourself, to see what's driving you, what's wrong with you. When you do that, you are choosing life over death. Because what's going to happen, death will start to disappear. The nature of the devil, the spirit of evil, the heart will change from anger to love. The Father will change the heart. Down here, not up here, but down here. And then he'll work on the darkness. But you got to work on you by being aware of what's happening with you.